Hey there everyone, I'm Ashley Billington and you're watching the Campfire. Our Inside High School Sports Show, we break down districts from across the Metroplex. There are some really good teams in this district. These are the teams that you'll be seeing in the 2020 season after realignment.
Aledo, Arlington Seguin, Burleson, Cleburne, Everman, Joshua, Mansfield Timberview, and Waco University.
You can vote on the team that you'll think will take the district crown in this district on our Twitter account. It's at IHSS-DFW. Now it's time for our film session, presented by your local North Texas Geico agents.
Coming off a record 9th state championship, Aledo is most certainly the headliner in District 5-5A Division II. But the Bearcats will have to reload. And for the first time in 4 years, they'll have a running back not named Jace McClellan. And after more than a decade, the Bishop quarterback well has finally dried out. But that doesn't mean head coach Tim Buchanan's cupboard is bare. JoJo Earle, possibly the state's best wide receiver, will have an even bigger role on offense, and look for DeMarco Roberts to have a breakout season as well. On defense, junior Brian Allen is a hard commit to LSU and should be a menace in the secondary. To sum it up, Aledo is a good bet to head back to the state championship game. However, there are some more dangerous teams in the district. Mansfield Timberview is one of them. New to the district, the Wolves bring a defensive line with two of the best in the state, in Raam Stevenson Jr. and Terrell Tillman. Head coach James Brown always has a strong running game, so look for Timberview to take a playoff spot. The most interesting team in the district could be the Burleson Elks. Former NFL quarterback John Kitna is now the head coach, and with him comes his son, quarterback stud Jalen from Frisco Reedy. How early Kitna's players buy into his style could be the difference between a playoff spot or not. Everman will be a player in this district as well, with Texas commit Juan Davis being the Bulldogs' main offensive weapon. Arlington Seguin will hope they get a big season out of running back Jalen March as they try to contend for the postseason. Rounding out the district is Cleburne, Joshua, and Waco University.
Some really good teams in this district, which also means there are some really good players. The North Texas Honda dealers want to recognize the players on the rise, those players destined to lead their team to victory.
Aledo Bearcat JoJo Earle is going into his senior season. The wide receiver has helped take his team to back-to-back state titles and is hoping to add another to the trophy case in 2020. Earle has 2,691 career receiving yards and 46 total touchdowns. Everman tight end Juan Davis is committed to the University of Texas. The three-star athlete has 1,742 career yards and 19 touchdowns. Look for him to come up big for the Bulldogs in the 2020 season. The Kitnas have moved to Burleson for the 2020 season, and quarterback Jalen Kitna will be at the helm for the Elks, playing for his father. He will be a senior this season and is hoping to lead Burleson to another winning year. At Reedy in 2019, Kitna had 1,500 passing yards and 111 pass completions. Mansfield Timberview's Raam Stevenson Jr. is definitely a player on the rise for the Wolves. He had 50 solo tackles and 72 total tackles in his junior season. Stevenson Jr. is going into his senior year and hoping to add to his 17 sacks and 1 interception. Sophomore safety Brian Allen came on the scene in 2019. He was a big piece of the puzzle for the Bearcats' defensive scheme. He had 80 solo tackles and 122 total tackles last season. Allen averaged almost 8 tackles per game and had 3 interceptions.
And those players are great on the gridiron, but do you know somebody from the high school sports scene doing great in your community? Nominate them for the North Texas Honda Dealers Helpful Heroes. A player, coach, or team going that extra mile in your area to do some good. To nominate, go to IHSSHelpfulHeroes.com. Now it's time for our Media Day segment where we talk to the coaches about their teams and their new district.
Hey there, everyone. I have the head coach of the Aledo Bearcats, Tim Buchanan, on with us for Media Day. Coach Buchanan, how's it going?
It's going great.
We got some big news, some great news, that football will be allowed to start practicing and bringing players in again on June 8th. How excited were you and your team to get that news?
We were really excited because honestly, we thought it was going to be closer to July 8th than June 8th, and we're really, really happy that we get our kids a month earlier than what we thought we were going to get them.
For over a decade now, you had the Bishop family at the helm, quarterbacking the Aledo Bearcats. That is no longer the case. So talk about what you're looking at now that you won't have a Bishop as your signal caller, and kind of what we should be looking forward to in the 2020 season from the Bearcats.
Well, to go along, 2008 was the last year that we had a quarterback whose last name was not Davis or Bishop. So it's been a while. So now we're going to, I can't find any more Davises and I can't find any more Bishops. So we're going to have to come up with a different name. And if we had to play today, his last name would be Earl. JoJo Earl would be our quarterback. But we've got some good young kids and kids who don't have a whole lot of varsity experience, but we're going to try to slide in there and play quarterback, though.
And, realignments happened the last 2 years. District hasn't been as much of a challenge for Aledo, but the district seems to be stepping up a little bit in 5A Division II now that you have Mansfield Timberview, a revamped Burleson team who has John Kitna now leading them, and a few others that seem that they could be in contention for good playoff spots. So talk a little bit about the realignment of 5A Division II and some of the competition that you'll be seeing.
Well, we lose two really, really good football programs in Midlothian and Burleson Centennial. And both of those teams ran the wishbone, so we'll be glad to get rid of them because, facing the wishbone these days is kind of like facing the shotgun was 30 years ago. Now, getting rid of those guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm glad to get rid of them. If no other reason, we don't have to try to get ready for that darn wishbone. But Mansfield Timberview is a very, very good football program. They didn't just have a good team; they have a good program. Coach Brown does a super job with those guys. But I expect everybody in our district. I expect Burleson with Coach Kitna coming in there. And Burleson had some really good players last year and has some really good ones coming back. And with Coach Kitna coming in and having his son at quarterback, that's only going to make them better. Not to mention, the other schools in the district, Arlington, Seguin, all of those guys have good football players. Waco University, Cleveland, Joshua, all of them have good football players, and they're just going to continue to get better because they all retain their coaches. So Coach Walraven at Cleveland's one of the best coaches around. So those guys are just going to keep getting better and better.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Campfire. We have a couple of messages from our sponsors as well as a quick trivia question for you.
District 5A Division II's trivia question is, what year did the Aledo Bearcats win their first state title? A, 1999, B, 2001, C, 1998, or D, 2009? The answer when we return.
The North Texas Honda dealers recognize members of our high school sports community who take time out to be helpful heroes. Nominate a helpful hero today at ihsshelpfulheroes.com. The film session is brought to you by your local North Texas Geico agents. To find the office near you, go to geico.com/DFW. The District Breakdown is presented by GiveMeTheVin.com. These teams make it look easy, just like GiveMeTheVin.com makes it easy to sell your vehicle.
Welcome back to the Campfire. This week's trivia question for District 5A Division II is, what year did the Aledo Bearcats win their first state title? A, 1999, B, 2001, C, 1998, or D, 2009? The answer is C, 1998.
So, did you get that trivia question right? Let us know in the comments. Now it's time for the district breakdown, presented by GiveMeTheVin.com. We have Inside High School Sports Insider Ryan Harris on to talk more about this district with us. Ryan, over to you.
Thanks, Ashley. Mansfield, Timberview, and Aledo headline this district, and both teams are returning plenty of talent. Aledo is coming off back-to-back state championships, and they've won 3 of the last 4 championships in 5A Division II. But what about the rest of the teams in this district? Let's take a look at who our 4 playoff teams could be in District 5. Arlington-Seguin struggled in 2019, finishing just 1-9. The Cougars' lone win was against Cleburne, and Seguin finished 1-5 against teams in its new district. Jalen March is back to help lead the offense from his running back position, and juniors Xavier Bryce and Seth Clay Johnson should help contribute as well. Aledo is once again without a quarterback with the last name Bishop. The Bishop brothers had quite the run at Aledo, and Jake capped off his senior season with another state championship. But who will fill his shoes? Whoever steps up will have plenty of weapons on offense. The Bearcats will definitely miss the playmaking ability of Money Parks and Jace McClellan, but LSU commit JoJo Earl is back for his senior season. Aledo has another LSU commit on the defensive side of the ball, and defensive back Brian Allen Jr. DeMarco Roberts is also back in the secondary, and defensive end Chris Wright will wreak havoc in the backfield. The talent is there for another state championship run if the Bearcats can find a suitable quarterback. Burleson started the 2019 season strong before fading down the stretch. A 1-4 finish to the season kept the Elks out of the playoffs last year. Burleson is bringing in a familiar face for Metroplex football fans as former NFL quarterback John Kitna steps in as the head coach. Jalen Kitna is following in Dad's footsteps at the quarterback position, and the 3-star recruit will play his senior season for the Elks. Burleson will look to finish the 2020 season strong en route to a playoff appearance. Cleburne is another team that started strong in 2019 before fading late. A strong 4-0 start dissipated before a 1-5 finish kept the Yellow Jackets out of the playoffs. 3 of Cleburne's wins came against teams in the Yellow Jackets' new district, so the team should have playoff aspirations in mind for the 2020 season. Everman finished 4-7 in 2019 with a playoff loss to a strong Red Oak squad. The Bulldogs won 4 games against teams in their new district and returned star Texas commit Juan Davis on offense. Everman will likely need 4 district wins at the least to make the playoffs in 2020. Mansfield Timberview finished the 2019 season with a 6-5 record and had a tough playoff draw against Frisco Independence. A rough 0-2 start was bookended with an 0-2 finish. The Wolves will look to build on that 6-1 stretch that they had in the middle of the 2019 season. Defensive end and Oregon commit Terrell Tillman is back, and the Wolves return plenty of talent along the offensive line as well. Wideout Justin Kimber figures to be a playmaker on offense, and Timberview very well may push Aledo for the district championship. Joshua finished 1-9 in 2019, with the only win coming against Arlington-Seguin. The Owls return receiver Noah Smith, but they have plenty to improve on before a playoff appearance is in the cards. Waco University is also in the district, and they won games last year against Joshua and Seguin en route to a 4-6 record. Now for my player and team to watch. My team to watch is the Mansfield Timberview Wolves. I am intrigued to see if Timberview can push Aledo for the district championship. The Wolves are returning talent all over the field, and they should look to capitalize on that in 2020. My player to watch is Burleson quarterback Jalen Kitna. Jalen will be tasked with trying to get Burleson back into the playoff picture in 2020. And again, with Aledo and Mansfield Timberview, there's probably only 2 open spots for him to do that. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he and his dad, John Kitna, now the head coach, can get there. As always, it was fun, Ashley. Back over to you.
Ryan, great insight as always. That's all we have for this episode of The Campfire. Come back every Monday for a new show. Until next Monday, follow our social accounts. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. That'll be bringing you original content all week long. Until next time, I'm Ashley Bullington, and thank you for watching The Campfire.